Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 36 of Europa Universalis IV as Great Britain. I really would like to get involved in a war at some point. It's been a little bit boring. I've been sitting at full manpower, or almost full manpower. Yeah, no, we are pretty much at full manpower. Been sitting at that for quite some time now. Haven't really had the opportunity to go to war with anybody. Well, there have been a couple of opportunities that I've missed. I don't really want to fight against the HRE. What I'd like to do is fight against Spain, which I could do. The problem is there is currently a coalition, which would then bring Spain in. That's just natives. We don't need to worry about that. Let's have a look over here. Coalition. They only have -8 opinion about our aggressive expansion. Why are they even still in the coalition? That's really weird. Hopefully it will go away. Maybe we can suck up to them. Most of our diplomats are free. What about if we... It probably wouldn't make a lot of difference. Let's just go and try and improve some relations just to see what would happen. Colonization, how are things going with that? Recall our diplomat from Portugal. So we are starting to colonize over here. Let's have a look quickly at the colonial region. This is all colonial Brazil, so we should be able to do that. So what have we got here? Oh, did we actually started this this unit floating around, didn't we? We're actually doing the search for the gold cities. So this is one of the random events that you can get from doing that. So we can either find the monk and persuade him to lead us to Cibola, I don't know, which would give us some yearly prestige until the end of the game, or we can gain 5 prestige now. Take the yearly prestige, I think. Hopefully this army isn't going to get wrecked. I think what we need to do, as we've got a guy moving around, I think we actually need to put our maintenance up slightly. I know I'm trying to make a little bit more money, but I don't want the guy to get destroyed as he is going around. I think what he will do is he moves from province to province, so I think he will actually sit and let his health recharge, his morale recharge. We didn't quite do it there, but hopefully he will be okay. I'm hoping that we can actually grab a colonial nation down here for 2 reasons. 1, I want the colonial nation down here. And 2, I also want to be able to start doing my colonization tutorial video, which will make that a lot easier. We've lost our military advisor. We had a morale, we can get a morale of armies guy. It's not a bad idea. We're doing quite well in terms of military points. And that morale of armies guy will offset our reduced maintenance a little bit, so that is always good. How are things going in the Empire? I still forgot to look up the mechanic regarding the religious wars. I'm sure that it's supposed to fire, but we shall see. So I can either lose to mercantilism. France's opinion of us is changed, or we gain to mercantilism. And France and French Brazil's opinion is changed by -20. Well, I'm always going to take 2 free mercantilism. How long is it going to be before we can integrate France now? Obviously, it reset when we had the war with them. Where are we? 39. So we've still got about 15 years left to wait. So we should be able to pull them in. We shall probably do it this time because I don't really want to risk them breaking free. They have 12% liberty desire, which at the moment isn't really a problem. We can handle that. We must make sure that we do keep our relationships with them capped. So let's go ahead and improve our relations. It's actually dropping down quite quickly at the moment because we do have a negative diplomatic reputation because of annexed subjects, but hopefully that can go away. Let's have a quick look at our religious unity. It has been a few days, it's been a week since I played really, so I'm just trying to catch up on everything. Missionary, are you actually making any progress? Missionary will have a monthly progress of 1.8%. That's not brilliant. It is a religious centre, so it will flip eventually, but it's going to take its time. Not an awful lot that I can do about that, apart from buying stability up, which I don't really want to do. Lose 10 prestige or lose 50 admin. I think we'll just take the prestige hit. Ideally, you don't want to lose either one of them, but if we've got to lose one, let's lose the prestige. Transports, I think we'll leave them there. I mean, we could mothball them, but there isn't really an awful lot of point in doing so. Obviously, now we have all of the Great Britain. We don't necessarily need these troops set up here in Lothane unless I've got any particular unrest there, and I haven't. So I might move these guys down to the capital just so that we could grab them and put them on the mainland a bit more quickly if we need them to reinforce. Now, I was going around on the previous video and I was upgrading some of the forts. I'll probably carry on with that, although at some point we will get rid of some of the forts. We're not going to want to have forts in every single province because they're quite expensive. If we have a look over here, we're actually it's costing us 13 ducats in fort maintenance, which is useful because, of course, it is giving us some army tradition, although our army tradition is burning away at the moment because we're not really fighting any wars. But, you know, we will consider the placement, particularly when we get France, we'll consider the placement of our forts a little more carefully. I really wish Spain would get out of this coalition. If they get out of the coalition, then we can go ahead and attack them. So we can lose 50 ducats for improved fortifications in Labor, or we can lose a prestige. Well, we've got the 50 ducats, and if we're going to go to war with anybody, it's always worth having some additional. Where is Labor? Which one is it? I can never remember. It is a province somewhere. Obviously, it must be one of ours, not one of the French ones. So much stuff going on. Minus gain 1 inflation or minus 10% trade power. We'll take the inflation. Which province is Labor? Where it's this one, isn't it? Yeah. So it'll be very good having the local defensiveness there, especially if we do go to war with Spain. I just want them to get out of this stupid, dumb coalition. It has to go away soon. I'm actually going to knock the game up to speed 4. I don't usually run at this speed, but I guess it just makes more sense while there isn't an awful lot going on, really. Do want to keep my eye on the HRE just to see if the whole religious thing pops. I think it should have already started by now. So maybe we just can't get involved in it. Ah. Is this it? Yes, there we go. It's just as I was talking about it, it started. So the Evangelical Union, after the Emperor Matthias I rejected the Protestants' confessional positions at the Imperial Parliament, the Protestant Imperial Estates formed the League of... I'm not even going to try and read that. With a joint army and treasury and seeking ties abroad. The German Catholic states, feeling threatened by this new alliance, have regrouped into a Catholic League. The stage is set for religious conflict in the Empire. So what we actually want to do here, and we've got Bohemia is actually leading the Protestant League. Obviously, you've got Austria leading the Catholic League, because the current Emperor always leads the Catholic League, and the leader of the Protestant League is always the first elector who switched to Protestantism. So what we're actually going to do is we are going to join the Protestant League. So the reason for doing that, it means if this thing fires, we can get involved, hopefully help the Protestants win. Ah, people are leaving the coalition. Now, what's good about this, it means if the Protestant League does win, the HRE officially becomes Protestant. If that happens, then the HRE is much more likely to be friendly towards us, and as Castile or Spain will most certainly stay Catholic, that should really help us be able to get the HRE in against them. Right, okay, we've got a colony. Let's deal with this one step at a time. Someone else has left the military coalition. That is good. A colony has become self-sustaining because we were working over here in the Caribbean. So let's continue working on these islands here. The good thing with these islands, of course, is that they are all joined by straits, so we don't really have to mess around and move things between them with ships. Now we can invest in an idea, which would be a administrative idea, and it would be reduced shipbuilding time. And we are ahead of time in terms of admin. So let us go ahead and grab that. It's not all that useful to us. I mean, we will be building some more ships, but global trade power is going to be really nice. And permanent CB against less advanced nations in Asia and Africa. Now that could be really useful because one thing that I was thinking about doing is, even though I haven't really been able to colonize anything down here yet because I don't have the colonial range and anything that we could grab has already been grabbed, what we could do is we could go down here to somewhere like Jolof, who currently don't actually have, they're not a protectorate of anybody. So what we could do is we could go down here and I can't protectorate them because they don't like me. But I could go ahead and grab one of their provinces. I should be able to core it because it's in colonial range. The only problem is I can't declare war on them because I've got no way of getting a CB against them. I don't have an adjacent province. I can't fabricate a claim. So getting a permanent CB against lesser advanced African nations is going to be really, really good. Because then we can just start working our way around by conquering the natives as opposed to having to colonise empty provinces. That said, if we do get the opportunity to go to war with Spain, I will definitely be trying to grab a province or two off them. Also, at some point, we'll probably end up going to war with Portugal as well, though they are allied with Spain. What I could probably do at this point is actually declare war on Portugal and bring Spain in without firing the coalition. But I'd love to be able to just go to war with Spain directly. You're allied with Portugal anyway, so if I do ever declare war on Spain directly, Spain is going to bring the Papal State, Portugal, not bothered about Mali. The Papal State's quite stompy. Maybe we would be better off just declaring war directly on Portugal. But we do have good relations with Portugal at the moment, so I'd prefer not to do that. Trade dispute against Spanish Canada, which we probably won't take straight away, because of course we can't fight them. You are still in the coalition, yeah. A new idea. This will be exploration ideas. Now, what do we like? Diplo, we are ahead of time. So, colonial range plus 50%. Now, that could actually be quite useful here. We don't have a spare colonist, unfortunately, at the moment, and this could be quite expensive, but you're outside of our colonial... Well, we don't have a colonist to send, but you should be within our colonial range. Yes, you are within our colonial range. Now, the question is, do we want to actually go and try and colonise anything further down here? What's the furthest we can colonise? We could go down here and start colonising the Cape. Are some natives, not many. Do you have natives? You have 4,000 natives, that's quite a lot. These natives have, like, no aggressiveness and no ferocity, right down on the Cape. Let's see if we can grab the Cape, then. Not too bothered about having stuff in Africa, but I'd like to get around to India. That's what I really, really care about right now. So let's go ahead. We've got two... Right, this guy's nearly done, so we're going to recall this guy for now. So let's recall that colonist. And then let's go ahead and send him to Cape. Oh, province is too far away. I was reading the wrong number. So that's 681. We've got a 637. We can send there, but not directly to Cape. Okay, well, we'll start off by going there, and then we'll have an adjacent colony. That's fine. Brilliant. Mission. Didn't even check what mission I got at the moment. What is our mission? Oh, turning that other colony into a city. Well, that should happen anyway, so we're not too worried about that. You're doing what now? You've just randomly wandered into French territory. You need to come back over here. One thing I have noticed is you can actually still walk directly into empty provinces. So even though they've added this new mechanic in El Dorado, where you can actually search for the 7 cities, you can still wander around manually. Gain 2 national unrest, or lose 10 prestige. It's only 5 years of plus 2... Well, we can do that. We don't actually have any... what's the words I'm looking for? We don't actually have any real provincial unrest anywhere, so that should be fine. You, please, in there, and then in there, and then we'll sort you out. So this should be finished quite soon. Obviously, it doesn't have a settler there anymore, so that's going to slow things down a little bit, but that'll be fine. And now we want you to carry on hunting for the 7 cities, please. There we go. The colonies become self-sustaining. So I should and could start another one. And I probably should. Well, we don't have a free... we don't have a free colonist at the moment. We could yank the colonist out of here. But I prefer not to. It would be nice to try and grab this and block France from moving this way. When do we get an extra colonist? Can we get an extra colonist at some point? Not until we get up there. That's a shame. That's the permanent CB. we'll leave it to tick for a while. At least we are starting to colonise. Now, do I want to get a man down there? I think I probably do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab this transport, bring it down here. Have we improved our force limit any? We actually have by quite a bit. Parliaments have actually passed, so we're getting another base tax somewhere. Let's go ahead and we'll train another cavalry here, just infantry here, just so that we do have a spare guy around. And then, mind you, we don't have to worry about France here, because this will be ours anyway. Because once we integrate France, well, we won't integrate French Brazil, but it should still become our colonial nation. I'm not sure whether it will join with the other one, though. That's an interesting thing. We'll have to see how that works out. Transport has arrived. So let's attach you to the transport, and then we'll get you over here, and we will drop you off there. And then... Right, oh, we're actually capped on military power. I hadn't noticed that at all. So we don't have any military idea groups. We'll probably have to get one of those next. Let's have a look at our tech. We are well ahead of the time, so I think what we're going to do is some development. So, yeah, I don't know how long we've been capped. I've only just noticed that, so probably not too long. Let's go and have a look at our development screen. Where would we like to get some military... We don't have anywhere that's really high on military development. Artois could be good. Get some more military there. London, well, yeah, let's keep developing the capital. I mean, it is more expensive, but sure, let's do that. We've already got some decent military there. I'm trying to make sure that I increase military where we've already got military, because that means if we put something like a barracks down on that province, it's going to be better value for money. And probably as well. That's put us down less than 500, so that is fine. That should increase our manpower. Yeah, we've got about another 3,000 manpower out of that. Let's just have a look. We've got a fair bit of money. Should we go ahead? Oh, we need to take another naval race versus the Ottomans. We really don't want to do that. Just can't really manage any of this. Zealand. Which province is Zealand? Ah, that one there. Well, we're not going to be going against you anytime soon. We'll go for naval race versus the Ottomans. Cancel it straight away. Hopefully get a better mission. Buildings. What we'd like to do is, first of all, let's just have a quick look at taxation. Could we get any decent tax from anywhere? Nothing great. Let's have a look then at barracks. And where we could get some decent manpower. If we built barracks in London, we can get an extra 1,000 men. So we should definitely go ahead and do that. Looking at some 250s. What have we got over here? 750 in Coast, one of the places we did the development. Gascon, 625. Probably enough for now. I don't want to spend all the money. And this was the idea with the change in the Common Sense expansion, is they didn't want you to just go and spam buildings everywhere. Which one's that one? Oh, wow, the natives have actually spawned. That is going to be a real pain, because they are going to actually siege the colony, which is really, really annoying. We'll take the admin power. We've lost control of the province, which is really annoying. So, we're going to have to send the... So, they're really, really aggressive. There aren't many natives, but they're really aggressive. Lose 100 Diplo, or loads of people's opinion of us change by -50. That's annoying. Not bothered about... Not really... Well, I'm going to take the Diplo hit there, actually. I've got my reasons, and we'll see if they're right later. So... Okay, what we want to do is we want you to drop your guys off here. Really? We've got another... The same event again. And this is all caused by the Conquistador. Right, I'm out of Diplo power now, but that's fine. We'll see what happens. I just don't want to start taking relationship hits with people that I want to try and integrate shortly. So, you should be safe now. Obviously, you can't do an awful lot until the colonist arrives. It's going to take him a while to get there. You also can't dock up, which is annoying. So I am going to attempt to bring you... Well, actually, let's go ahead and just dock you up over here. It's probably the closest place you can go. So hopefully we won't lose that transport. Now then, Spain. Yeah, it's popped up again, look. Is this going to happen every single time? We're just going to take the opinion hit. Because it looks like if you'll just... Whether you can keep getting it even if you take the opinion hit. Because that's really going to stack up. That is just really, really unfortunate, that is. You guys really probably should recover some morale. Or we should probably take a bigger group of men around. They're getting attritioned out the wazoo. We'll recall the diplomat there. We lose 5 prestige. We're randomly fighting natives. How much money do we have coming in right now? Probably enough to be able to put that up, the maintenance up full. Yeah, at some point we're going to have to tell these guys to stop and take a rest. In fact, I've got a better idea than that. What we are going to do is we are going to tell them to come home. And we are going to produce a few more infantry that we can send along, because we are below our force limit. So we'll send a few more guys with them, and hopefully they'll be all good. Okay, years gone past pretty quick. I'm running at speed 4. Establish a colony in North America. I would like to do that because it would give us a settler increase. Now I'm assuming that we can probably reach somewhere. Yeah, because we could go ahead and we could grab Miami or something like that. Don't want to start sort of too close to Spain. But yeah, we could certainly go and grab Miami. It is going to be a little while until we've got any free colonists. But what we can do, there's a little bit of a trick to this. It's a little bit gamey, but you can do it. Because the mission is just to establish a colony. And you get increased settler chance and global settler increase. So the best thing to do is take the mission. Grab one of your colonists and recall them. And then take that recalled colonist and send it to wherever you need for the mission. Now, bear with me. Obviously, that means we will have an extra colony, and that can be quite expensive. But there is a plan here. There is a reason for doing this. So, you know, just bear with me, and all will be revealed. That colonist has arrived there now, so we should be able to start colonizing around the Cape. We should actually be able to get a trade company going, which is good. Natives have popped there. We've converted some heretics. Brilliant. Due to the religious conversion of the Western Isles, the Reformed Centre of Reformation in the province has disappeared. So we've got rid of a Centre of Reformation. That's great. Those guys are getting crushed. We still can't flip over that final province, but our religious unity should be quite high now. Yeah, 96%. We just can't flip over Vlaanderen because of the development and the non-accepted culture. And we just don't have much missionary strength there. Could we flip the culture? Could we do a culture flip there? Let's have a look. Probably can't, because the country that has that culture still exists. It's a bit of a shame. When we've got some more stability, we'll be able to deal with that. But I think that's probably a good place to stop the video. Unfortunately, we didn't get into a war. Or maybe fortunately, I don't know which way around that should be. Spain has no aggressive expansion against me whatsoever, yet they are still in a coalition, which seems a little bit strange to me. As soon as that goes away, I am going to stamp all over their face. They are still allied with the Papal States, but that's not really going to be a problem. Hopefully France can deal with those. But that is something for another video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.